Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms. As always, if you're finding me for the very first time, please do me a huge favor and go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and leave a comment. That best helps support the channel. Every time you guys hit that like button and subscribe, it helps with the algorithm, helps push the channel a little bit forward. What's up, Big O Show? We got Walter in the house, Brittany Jackson, Miss Brittany Jackson, and Nightwing and Edward. What's up? So far we got 15 people in the house and only 6 likes, so come on guys, please smash that like button. We are going to be talking about Eternals in this episode. I am planning on doing Storms Live tonight with the guys. I am planning on doing that. Right now if I'm gonna be honest, I am just massively tired. I didn't get to bed till about 2 o'clock, didn't fall asleep till about 2:30, had to be up at 7 to go to work. It's been raining all day, and you know when it's been raining, the only thing you want to do is just cuddle up in the ball, watch TV, and fall asleep. And I can literally pass out right now, and I still have to do my video for tomorrow. But I really wanted to talk about this this movie. I'm not going to go into spoilers right away. So if you guys haven't seen the movie, you don't have to worry about me spoiling stuff right away. I will let everybody know when I'm going to get to spoiler territory. Even though the title of it is spoiler discussion, I will let you guys know when we're getting into spoiler territory. So this movie, if you guys saw my review and if you guys saw my Storms Live last night, you guys know that I walked out really enjoying this movie. And as I'm working today, and I'm at work and I'm working, the only thing I'm thinking about on my mind is Eternals. I'm like, the movie just won't escape my mind. I'm just thinking about this movie. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I want to go see this movie again. And I'm just thinking about the movie. And, you know, last night I'm like, you know, I don't know where this movie ranks in the MCU for me, right? It's such a knee-jerk reaction for me to be like, it's my favorite MCU movie of all time. It's like, well, you're a prisoner in the moment at that time. You're a prisoner of the moment. You just got out. You're super hyped. You're like, oh, this is the greatest Marvel movie of all time, right? So many people say that for all the movies that come out, right? It's like, oh, this is the best movie of ever. Like Rise of Skywalker is the best Star Wars movie. Force Awakens is the best Star Wars. Like, I was sitting there going like, man, I think Force Awakens is my favorite Star Wars movie. I was so excited, so hyped. I was just prisoner in the moment. And you kind of have to let things marinate, you know? And things always change all the time. All the time things change, you know? People like, I love how people in the YouTube community, or I like to call them keyboard warriors, that Anzo kind of coined for them, is they call you a hypocrite if you change your mind, right? Like you're a flip-flopper if you change your mind. But people are complex. Different situations make you change your mind all the time, right? There are movies I saw that I absolutely hated, and then under different circumstances, watching again, I really enjoyed. There were video games there's food I hated as a kid that I absolutely love now. It's not about being flip-flopped. It's about changing with experience, okay? The older you get, the more you change, and different things change, right? So for people who you know, or like, oh, you're a flip-flopper if you like this movie, you're saying this is your favorite MCU movie of all time. And then next week I'm like, yeah, it's not my favorite. Well, Rob said in this episode right here, when he published on November 5th, he said it was the best movie in the MCU. Well, yeah, at that time I believed that. That doesn't mean it's fact. But the thing is, people I don't know. People are stupid, I guess. Right? Like people are stupid. They hold your feet down to the fire and they act like you can't change your mind. And people can change their mind all the time. Just because I absolutely loved Dragon Ball Evolution when it first came out, and I'm like, it's a stupid movie. It's a crappy movie. Oh, you changed your mind. You're just backpedaling. I'm not backpedaling. It just, I changed. I evolved. That movie did not have the same effect on me now as it did when I was much younger. So without further ado, let me just get to the main topic, which is Eternals. So, like I said, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about this movie all day. I just can't get it out of my head. And I just keep thinking about the trailer. I just keep thinking about Kit Harington's character who plays the Black Knight character. And he's like, you know, where were you guys during Thanos and all these other things? And I just keep thinking about this movie. I keep thinking about the drug character, Droog, whatever his name is, the guy that can change people, and like how he wanted humanity not to fight itself, and he didn't like the fact that they were sitting by and allowing humanity just to kind of wipe themselves out. And there were so many layers to this movie, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about it, and some geeky guy, you know, something that he said really kind of hit me too last night when he's like, I wanted this movie to be more about gods and what they see in humanity, and that's what this movie is. It's like, this is a very political type movie without politics, but political in type of beliefs, you know? It's like we're gonna get into spoilers at some point, I'm just gonna tell you that. The right dude just came in with a super chat. And the right dude, hold on, why is my, oh, okay. All right. Right dude said, I thought the movie was just okay, not terrible, definitely not the worst MCU movie, but not that good either, just my opinion. So I guess I'll get the elephant out of the room. I loved the movie. The more I thought about it today, the more I loved the movie. I went from, oh, I really like this movie in theaters, to getting home, thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'm liking this movie more. I'm liking this movie more. And even in Storm's Live last night, I'm like, I think this might be my top 10. I think it might actually crack my top 10 MCU movies. And thinking about it today, I'm sitting here at work, and I just got Eternals on my mind all fucking day. I'm sitting there going, this fucking movie might be in my top 5 MCU movies. Like, I'm thinking about it, right? It's like, okay, what's in my top 5 that I know is never going to change, at least not for the near future? Top 5, Infinity War, Winter Soldier, Black Panther. Those are in my top 5. Those are never going to change, right? Like, it's going to have to take, like, the greatest movies of all time in order for those to change, right? So then I'm starting to think, like, okay, all right, so that gives me 2 spots. What else would I put in my top 5? And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, would I put Endgame in there? Possibly. Like right now, it's like, if I had to do my top 5, not counting Eternals, it would probably be Infinity War 1, Winter Soldier 2, Black Panther 3. Probably then I would go Endgame, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I would start hitting, like, you know, Iron Man 1 and you know, believe it or not, I think Captain Marvel might be in my top 10. I'm not entirely sure. I got to go back. I actually got to look at this list. But now that I think about it, I think I would knock Guardians out and probably put Eternals in my top 10. I think I would. I definitely think I don't know. The thing is, I like movies that make me think. Right? If I can walk away from a movie and it has me thinking about it hours after the movie's over, then it did its job. It's got me thinking about the movie. And that's what I like. I like, you know, yeah, Shang-Chi was fun. Shang-Chi, you know, the 10 Rings, all that shit. Great, man. Great entertaining film. I love those entertaining films. I do. But I am a film fan who likes layers, who likes, you know, mythology and lore, and I want to learn more about this world. Eternals gave me that. Eternals gave me these new characters I didn't know anything about, and they all had this great type of balance to them, great character development, great actors playing them. Then you have this great storyline with the Celestials and the Deviants and them going to Earth, and where were they during the events of Infinity War and Endgame and all these other global events? Why was it like that? What's going on? Like, there's so many different things to unpack, and we're not even getting into the politic and not even necessarily the politics, but the ethical beliefs of these characters and how they differ. So Okay, with that said, I am going to start getting into some spoiler stuff. So if you guys haven't seen the movie, just beware of that. I'm going to get into some spoiler stuff because I keep talking about this ethical dilemma that these characters go through, and I really have to break it down in order for you guys to understand. The only way to do that is by spoiling the movie. So we do have 25 people watching, only 16 likes. So I want to get that thing up to 20 likes. If you guys want to help support the channel, best way to do so is by smashing that like button. Super chats help fund the channel. You guys can send in super chats. I got the stream boss down there. Current stream boss is the right dude. For every stream boss or super chat you guys send in, it eliminates half the health or pieces of the health, depending on how much is you send and whatnot, and you become the new stream boss. Okay, with that out of the way, so the thing was, the movie, if you watch the trailers, it makes it sound as if the deviants are the villains. And in essence, they kind of are. They are the foe, but they're not the villains. There really is no villain in this movie. And think about it. That's what I want you guys to think about. Think about that right now. There is no villain in this movie. There isn't. You can sit there and say, the Celestial is the villain. Why is the Celestial a villain? Because he does what he does. He grows the Celestial inside a planet. The Celestial grows and off the energy of the life forms on the planet, and then when it's fully grown, the planet is destroyed. Well, the Celestial is not really a villain because Celestial is just doing what the Celestial has always done. That's how they are born. Okay, so is Ikaris a villain? Because Ikaris turned on Selma Hayek's character, and is Ikaris the villain? No, Ikaris is not the villain either. It's sort of like Civil War. Who was right, Tony or Steve? Well, it depends on what side of the fence you're on. You know, both of them make compelling points. So let's talk about Ikaris, right? Ikaris turns on Selma Hayek's character. He awakens the deviants, has the deviants take out Selma Hayek's character, and that kind of escalates what's going on. And the reason for that is Selma Hayek's character learned to love humanity and didn't want the emergence to destroy all life on Earth. Because before then, the way the Celestials would go, they would go to planet, create life or whatever, send the Eternals down there to just kind of watch over life until the Celestial is born, and then during the emergence, the Celestial breaks out the planet and is basically hatched, and the life forms on that planet is dead. But it creates more life forms over millions of other planets. This is a process that Celestials have been doing for millennia and millennia and millennia. So Ikaris knew that was his job. That was his job to do so. So when Selma Hayek's character turned on that, he did what he was always meant to do. In his eyes, she's the villain. She's the one turning on what they are meant to do, what they are there to do. So in the eyes of Ikaris, they were doing what they were supposed to do. Selma Hayek, in his eyes, was the villain. And he had to deal with that in order to accomplish what his mission is. And even later on, what's up, Danny? We are doing Storms Live, by the way. I'm just doing a solo stream, too. But even later on in the movie, when the Arabic, I'm just going to say Arabic, the Arabic character was like, look, I think we're doing the wrong thing. I think by us stopping the Celestial, we are ruining the natural order of things, and millions upon millions of new life will not be born because of us stopping the Celestial from its emergence. He's like, you are my friends, you are my family, I love you, but I will not be a part of this. And he went a separate way. You know, so is he a villain? There is no villain. It's just two different ideals. Right? Two different ideals. The Celestial is not the villain. Celestial is just doing what Celestial has always done. It's the natural order of process of what the Celestial does. Ikaris is not the villain. Ikaris was just, moving on with his mission. So it came down to different ideals. Ikaris, at the end stood with Cersei. And he was so heartbroken because he fell in love with her and he turned against them. And at the last second, he sided with her, not because he believed in what she was doing, but because he loved her. And in turn, sacrificed himself at the end to the sun. This movie has so many different layers that we can apply to each and every day of the life. If God would give us life, right, and God has a natural order to things, and we decide one day we're just not going to do what God wants us to do, then we are ruining the natural order of what God intended. The Celestials are basically playing God in the way that normal Celestials are born. So a lot of different stuff. We got a super chat I got to get to. This is completely off topic. Sean said, Kingo, the actor from Eternals, is definitely the live action Yusuke Urameshi. I disagree. But back to Eternals. Thank you for the super chat, though. So yeah, and the more I thought about this in my head, though, the more I just kept going through the different layers, like who is right, who is wrong, is there right, is there wrong? It takes me back to one of my favorite comic book movies of all time, which is Watchmen. Icarus is not a villain. Danny just threw in a super chat. He said Icarus is a villain. He didn't have to kill his friend because he disagreed with her. He didn't kill his friend. He didn't kill her. He let the deviants kill her. He did not kill her with his own hands. He released the deviants to do the job for him. He is not the villain. He was just trying. He even said it himself. He's like, if you're in the way, we're not going to be able to do what we accomplished. Yes, it's villain tendencies, sure, but what's the definition of villains? And I'm going to get to this point because as Danny was throwing in that super chat, it brings up another point. So yes, technically Icarus is a villain, but he's only a villain in the eyes of people who don't agree with what he represents. For an example, in his eyes, he is an Eternal. He is there to protect life until the emergence happens, and then boom, they go on to the next world and they repeat and repeat, and that's the way the natural order of life has been for millennia. It was Selma Hayek's character that suddenly said, no, I'm not going to do this, and it was going to end up, Selma Hayek, by doing that, was not going to give birth to the Celestial, which is going to cause the sacrifice of millions and millions of people who are not born because of that. So it's a double-edged sword. One causes millions of death on Earth, but by not doing the emergence, Selma Hayek is in turn not giving birth to millions upon millions of different characters. That's what the Arabic guy was trying to say. By us stopping this, we are ruining the natural order of life that has been like this for millennia, and we're not giving millions upon millions of other people the chance to live. So dude, he's not a villain. The villain is in the eyes of the beholder. He didn't kill Selma Hayek. The deviants killed Selma Hayek. He let the deviants free. But Selma Hayek, depending on which side of the fence you're on, is also the villain. Because by her trying to stop the Celestial from being hatched, that prevents millions upon millions, billions of life not being born. And that's what the Arabic guy was trying to say, as well as Icarus. So, again, villain is in the eyes of the beholder. I can easily turn the argument to Selma Hayek is a villain, Cersei's a villain, because they went against what the natural order has always been. The Celestials were there before humanity. This has been the natural order of the Celestials and the Eternals and the Deviants for billions of aeons and aeons before humanity was there. So now they fell in love with humanity. They decide they want to sacrifice billions of people that could be born elsewhere because it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. And that's the thing. Who is the villain? There is no actual villain. It's a lot of different shades of gray. Danny, there's lots of different shades of gray. No one is actually the villain in my book. So Kingo is the other one I was talking about. Kingo, who is played by Kamal, I can't pronounce that dude's name. But let me get to this big super chat, because we got a big $10 super chat coming in from Louis Saho. He says, Eternals has already breaking box office more than Black Widow and Shang-Chi. I guess all this anti-SJWs are wrong. Marvel is not DC. When they make bad movies, it's still successful at the box office. We got a new stream boss, and it was Danny. But let me go ahead and, because you know what happens when we get a new stream boss, we always got to put this thing on Instagram. Give me a second. All right, let me put this on Instagram. That's how we do it, guys. That's how we do it here. Boom. Let me put this on Insta. Story. New stream boss. I'm going to put Danny is the new stream boss. I already seen Danny's next super chat. I disagree with him on that. He's not wrong, but he's looking at it from a tunnel vision type of scenario. So back to what Alu said. Eternals has already breaking box office record more than Black Widow and Shang-Chi. I guess all the anti-SJWs are wrong. There wasn't not a whole lot of SJW stuff in here. Just a one kiss between two guys, and it was just a thing that happened. They didn't dwell on it. Marvel is not DC. When they make bad movies, it's still a success at the box office. Well, this is not a bad movie. It depends who you're looking at. Like, yes, some people don't like it. Critics don't seem to like it. The audience rating is very, very positive. So, it's again, is there a villain? Is it a bad movie? It depends who you ask. If you ask someone like Nindroid didn't like the movie. To him, it would be a bad movie. You know, for me, it's in my top 5 favorite MCU movies. Yeah, I just moved it up to my top 5. It was my top 10 when I came in, but it's my top 5. I disagree with you with the sex scene, Britt. It wasn't really a sex scene. They were laying on top of each other and they had no shirts on. Like, you didn't see anything. All you saw was Icarus's bare back. It wasn't like they were humping and she's like, yeah, Icarus, give me more. It wasn't a sex scene. It was like, boom, it was like 2 seconds of the thing. And then you can say sex scenes in any movie is unnecessary. So that's what the artist wanted to say. The artist being the director, she wanted that in the movie. She that's what she put. So anything is, you can say anything's unnecessary. So if the artist wants it in there, then the artist deems it necessary. But Comic Chat came in with another one, and he's going on with this Icarus villain thing. And he threw a $5 super chat, Danny, and he says, is accessory to murder a crime? If you push you in front of a train, it essentially killed you. The train is just an instrument. I just used you to do the job. You're looking at it from a very narrow mindset. Obviously, if you would ask anybody and say who the villain of the movie is, they would say Icarus, of course. You know, because he did set up the turn of events to kill Selma Hayek's character. He turned on him and all that. But that is a very narrow-minded way of thinking. That's the problem. And that's why I don't think a lot of people like this movie. And it's okay if you don't like the movie. I don't care if all 35 fucking people watching this stream right now, I don't give a fuck if any of you guys like the goddamn movie. I'm not sitting here trying to push the movie on you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can hate and like whatever the fuck you want. I like the movie. I don't give a fuck. I like the movie. Y'all can kiss my ass. But the point I'm saying is, I think a lot of people dislike the movie is because they're looking at it from a very narrow mindset. You're not looking at it from the complex different layers. This movie has so many fucking layers. It's like a Pillsbury layer biscuit. You just peel all the fucking layers off it. You know? This movie has so many different fucking layers. And the thing that Icarus did, and like I brought up before about, you know, by them turning against, you know, the Celestial and not allowing the emergence to happen, it cost the lives of billions upon billions of other life forms to be born. It's the same reason why Watchmen is my favorite comic book movie. You know, is Ozymandias the villain? Yeah. From a narrow point of view, yes. But Ozymandias killed millions of people to save billions of people. Is he the bad guy? From a narrow point of view, yes. But he achieved global peace by the end of that movie by setting it up to make it look like, if you read the comic books, an alien invasion killed millions of people in New York and stuff, or in the movie he made it look like Dr. Manhattan did it. And yes, from a narrow point of view, Ozymandias is the villain. He's the one that did that. However, he's also a hero because he brought world peace to the world, had everybody united by the end of that movie, and saved the lives of billions of people by preventing all-out nuclear war. So, what's the difference here? You know, if God would I want to put out a scenario for you. This is a very crazy scenario. My dad said this once to me when I was a kid, and it always stuck with me. If I don't know if you guys are religious or not, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not the most religious person. I believe in God. I believe in afterlife. I believe in Jesus and all this. If there is a God, and God would show up to you tomorrow and say, Danny, Brittany, Shiftyism, Robert, you have two choices. You can live and the world will end in 2 months, or I will give you 24 hours to say your goodbyes and I will take your life in order to spare the planet Earth. What would you do? Okay? If God came to you, I'm going to take this off right now. I want everybody to sit. This is real talk. I want everybody to think about this. Right? I'm giving you a little thing. I want you guys. This is not joking around. This is serious stuff. I want you guys to sit and think, and don't just be knee jerky. If God, if he exists, showed up and said the world is going to end in 2 months, you can either A, live and die with everybody else, or I will give you 24 hours to do whatever you want, to say your goodbyes to your loved ones, and I will take your life in exchange of saving the world. What would you do? What would you do? If you say no, I'm not sacrificing my life. I'll just die with everybody else in two months. Then are you a villain because you didn't sacrifice yourself to save millions and billions of people on the planet Earth? Villain is only a villain in the eyes of the beholder, depending on where you stand on the side of the line. Right? Yes, there are clear-cut villains in the world. A serial killer is a villain. An armed robber is a villain. But I'm talking about. I gotta block this guy because no one else is blocking him. So I'm just gonna block him because I'm trying to have a serious conversation and this guy's pissing me off. There are things, right? There are things that you have to look. Yes, it's a movie. Yes, it's for entertainment. But you got to look at the story behind the story, right? Every movie has its meaning, its purposes, right? Is Icarus the villain? Because Icarus was just doing what he was meant to do. And in his eyes, millions of other people would have died if he didn't do what he did. And millions of people, billions of people, are not even going to experience life because they prevented the emergence. Matt1306 threw in a $2 super chat. Chloe Zhao confirmed the voice. The end was Blade. Yes, I seen that today. I'd seen that Chloe and I believe Kevin Feige has confirmed that it was Mahershala Ali at the end with Kit Harington's character. So it's very, very possible that I love how Johnny's in here. And he's like, yo, Rob, some people don't like deep thinking. Yeah, apparently that's where we're at in this day and age. People don't like the deep think. People don't like... That's why a lot of people don't like the Dune movie, right? Oh, it's so fucking boring. Are you paying attention to everything that's going on in the movie? That's the thing. I love thought pieces. I love those type of movies. Right? I want a movie where I can... When the movie's over with and I'm just like this... And then I like getting with my friends and be like, what did you think of it? And then I'm listening to them. And then each person got their own take on it. And that's why I like the Joker so much. Joker, so many different layers in the movie Joker. Right? You can piece that thing apart and there's so many different things that you can come away with that movie. But yeah. I really enjoyed the movie, guys. I really enjoyed Eternals. I when I left, I was like, it's my top. It's in my top 10. Now I'm just like, man, it might be my top 5. It might be my top 5, bro. Kind of cringy at Harry Styles though. Well, once you start looking at backstory on the character that he's playing and the what that character represents, it's not too cringy. I don't think. It has a he actually fits the role very well. I'm not the biggest Harry Styles fan. I don't like him at all, but he fits the profile of what Firefox, aka Thanos' brother, whatever Aeon, whatever the fuck his name is. He fits that profile pretty well. So I'm actually down for it. I think it was pretty good, man. I think it's pretty good. We are halfway through to get another stream boss. Let's see if we can get another stream boss, guys. Come on. Leave a comment in the comment box below. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe. You guys want to help support the channel? Best, man, I'm all kinds of burping, man. Best way to do so, throw in a super chat. Help support the channel. Tell me what you think about the movie. Let's have a discussion going. Arrows, thank you. Arrows. It's gonna take me a while to get all these people's names, Walter. I hope everything that comes after this is way better. You're breaking my heart, man. Breaking my heart, girl. I didn't skip your super chat, did I? Oh shit. I am sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I must have went on my soliloquy or whatever. I'll read it right now. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for throwing that out there. I'm so sorry. I really am. You said people that using the critic score to say that the movie was bad, then by that logic, the Cuties is better than Joker. Yeah, here's the thing. With the critic score, trolls and haters on YouTube and other platforms, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, whatever, when the score benefits them, they'll talk about it. So if it's a movie that they don't like and has a low score, they'll be like, "Oh, you see that? Told you this movie's shit. You see that? Told you this movie's garbage." There you go. See? Fucking SJW throwing in a gay couple in here. This is what happens. Hollywood's turning against you, all right? On the bright side, though, right? If it got high ratings, oh, this is just the regular Disney shills here. The regular Disney shills always liking everything Disney, blah blah blah. So they just use that score whatever fits their narrative. You see it all the time. You can go on their YouTube channels all the time. If it's a positive score and they hate the film, oh, they're shills. If it's a positive score and they like the film, oh, you see how great this movie is. If it's a negative score and they hate the film, oh, look how much this movie's bombing. They change the score on whatever the fucking narrative wants that they want the narrative. That's what it is. I stopped following these motherfuckers on YouTube. Right? It's like stick to one thing, man. Stick to one fucking argument, bro. Like seriously, if you're saying Rotten Tomatoes is worthless, then don't sit there and use Rotten Tomatoes as an example for when something goes your way in your discussion. I have always said from day one, I use Rotten Tomatoes to gauge a meter of what the critics and audience are thinking. Never do I ever say you take it as the gospel. If it's a high number, the movie's gonna be great. If it's a low number, it's gonna be crap. Because you can have a low number. I've seen it. There was movies with low numbers and they were amazing movies. I just look at it as a gauge to test the water. That's it. You should never take it as the gospel. You should always make up your own mind and go see the movie for yourself. But you get these freaking YouTube channels out there, and you guys know the type of people I'm talking about, and they'll sit there and they'll twist every little sentence, every little number, and everything. Rotten Tomatoes is the devil, or Rotten Tomatoes is great when it benefits them, or shill this, shill that, SJW, woke this. Like, they just do whatever they want to do to just change the narrative constantly. It happens all the time. So sorry I did skip your super chat. I meant to get to it because you're the only one throwing in the yellows. So I was like, oh yeah, and then I totally lost track because I was talking about the Ozymandias comparison. Yeah, sorry about that. We got 48 people watching, 2 away from 50. Let's get up to 50 people. We are at 35 likes. You guys coming in for the first time, please do me a huge favor. Smash that fucking like button. Smash the shit out of that fucking like button. Hit the share button. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Just share the shit out of it. And you guys want to help support the channel, best way to do so is throwing in a super chat. Definitely help support the channel. And you can become Stream Boss. Danny right now is holding on to Stream Boss. He's right at the halfway point. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm fucking tired. I am fucking tired. Like I told you, I went to bed like 2:30 last night. Had to get up and go to work. Like, I'm just exhausted to no end. I'm just like, I'm kind of like, I don't even know if I want to do Storms Live tonight. Like, I am so fucking tired, man. I am really tired. I'm gonna try to do Storms Live though. That's right. Join the membership. I like Brittany. Join the membership. Brittany and Nindroid, man. They're always on point with this shit. Let me see if I can get this shit. Join the membership, guys. It's the fun that never ends. You go on and on again. Oh, we're at 38 members, man. We're only 2 away from hitting 40. What some great news. That's some great news, guys. There's the link if you guys want to become Storm Nation members. Rob didn't fall asleep, man. Rob, don't fall asleep. Dude, I'm exhausted, man. Like I said, I work labor, man, and I work in a cold cooler, so like I'm Yes, we do need Rotten Tomatoes. I disagree with Brittany on this one. Yes, we do not need Rotten Tomatoes. Because there are some people out there that don't really go in and look at individual reviews, so they just want to see a score to kind of get a test of water. I don't know. Now that I think about it, maybe we don't need Rotten Tomatoes. I like Rotten Tomatoes. I never look at it. I just use it to gauge. And that's all it should be used for. People just take it the wrong way. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Man, I still got to do my solo review, man. My solo review. So I kind of just dozed off there for a second. I'm just reading the chat. We got 40 people watching, 38. I'm going to throw the 5-minute warning in. Sean coming in with a $5 super chat. Are you so addicted to YouTube that you couldn't take a nap before Storms Live? You talking about last night Storms Live? I couldn't take a nap. The movie started at 8:30. Okay. We went to go see the movie. The movie was 2.5 hours. We came back. By the time I got home, it was 11:40. We did Storms Live around 12. Storms Live went until after 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I had to film my solo review because I always had to have a daily upload. And I had to edit that. And then I had to make my lunch for work. And at that point, it was already 2:10. I laid down. And by the time I dozed off, it was like 2:30. Set the alarm, got up at 7, went to work, came home, took a shower. I didn't get home to 5:30 because it was raining. Took a shower, unpacked my work stuff, my lunch and stuff, cleaned out my lunchbox, made some coffee, had a little bite to eat, laid down, watched TV, and then I did this stream. And now when I get off the stream, I got to set up Storms Live for later. I got to film and edit my review or my video for tomorrow, whatever video I'm going to do. I might talk about the fact that Blade, Mahershala Ali was at the end credit scene. So, yeah. So where was I supposed to take a nap in any of that? I mean, because if you have an idea where I'm supposed to take a nap before that, and here's the thing. Yeah, I would love to take a nap. I could have took a nap as soon as I got home, and then I would be up all fucking night. I mean, I might take a nap, in a little bit here. So, yeah, I just don't know when I'm supposed to take the nap. So I'm just not sure. So I just don't know where exactly I was supposed to take that nap. So, but we are really dangerously close to get in a new stream boss there. Look at comic chat right there. Like, he's in red. Like, a $5 super chat should take it, guys. We already had one new stream boss tonight. Let's try to get another one before I get off. Come on, guys. Come on. Make it happen. Make it happen. Let's get a new stream boss. That's not enough sleep. Well, dude, that's what happens when you work 2 jobs, Noof. Dude, that's what happens when you work 2 jobs. You know, I say it all the time. I very much rely on YouTube to pay my bills. So I work. I know it's not enough sleep. Trust me, I'll be at work. I go on my 15-minute break and I'll doze off. I was like 15 minutes late for my lunch break because I fell asleep in the break room. I didn't even finish eating all my lunch. I had my peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some grapes, and then I just passed out. And then take a nap now, then come back. And then I'll be up all night because I won't be able to fall asleep. Put your alarm on your phone and take your nap. Well, Storms Live is in an hour. So how am I going to set my... I mean, I guess I could set the thumbnail and take a nap. I might actually do that. I was hoping we get another stream boss before I end it, though. But I do like that idea. I think I'm going to do that. Because it's 8:22. I don't know why. I thought it was 8:30 something. So I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I might do that. What's up, guys? New Faroof is talking sense today. New Faroof is talking sense. I can see title for Storms Live tonight. Oh, what should the title for Storms Live be tonight? Anybody? It's got to have Eternals in it. What was it? Where does Eternals rank? I got you, players. I got you, player. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to end it then. I was hoping to get another stream boss, but I think I'm going to go ahead and set up Storms Live and then probably take this nap because you make a lot of sense, my friend. So, with that said, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for hitting that like and subscribe button. I'll go ahead and leave this up. And, yeah, we'll keep it up and see what happens. Anyway, guys, thank you all for all the support. Love each and every one of you guys. And